started.
Okay, we got a game here. Let's try knight f3. Haven't played one of these Reti style openings for a while. See what he comes up with. c5. Okay. I guess that stopped me from playing d4. And yeah, he seems to be aiming at this d4. I could play this like a reverse Slav with c6 and d4 anyway. c3, d4. Or I could play with d3 and e4. Or c4 perhaps. Okay, so he's going with the Maroczy bind setup. Let's castle. And then wait for a second, decide how I want to place my pawns. Okay, he wants to put all his pawns in the center. So let's start with c6. c6 and then c3. c3 and then e4 is my idea to try and force some exchanges in the center. Okay, and he's going very directly for the exchange of the bishop here. And that's why I placed the pawn on c3, was so I could get this exchange in if he pushed forward with... he took with the knight. I was expecting him to take with the pawn. Let's see, if I take with the knight, he can take back with the queen if he wants to try and maintain a open line on my backwards d pawn. But I don't think that's something to be afraid of here. Yeah, he takes back with the pawn. So now I've got a good... Do I have a good post here for my knight? Maybe not right away. This bishop is kind of a sad-looking bishop. Maybe he will trade it off. Okay, let's bring the knight here. I need to get the dark-squared bishop off of the c-file so I can put a rook on the c-file. And yeah, I did it with tempo because I was attacking that pawn. Okay, let's go here. Now rook c1 is possible. It's interesting. I was thinking, playing bishop to b4 to trade this guy off. So queen e1 and bishop b4. But if I do that, he can just take... I also want a rook on the c-file. I don't want to give up the c-file. So let me think. I'll have to come up with some other way of harassing this bishop. Maybe I should go after the light-squared bishop. That's probably a better idea. Let's get the queen off the back rank first. Maybe that wasn't such a great idea. The thing is, yeah, that's a tempo move. He can play a move like h6 and keep me from playing knight to g5, but he didn't prevent it. So knight g5 now. Well, the bishop can retreat. And then bishop to h3. I can force a trade of the light-squared bishop. Or I could go there. I didn't see that move. Okay. Now my knight is a little low on squares. Let's see. For example, if I played bishop h3 and he played h6, I have nowhere to go with the knight. So what do I want to do? I could kick the bishop again. Let's solve the problem with the knight first, though. Bring the knight off of that square. Well, that's interesting. He's just going after the pawns on the queen side. Is that really such a big deal? I guess my queen is unprotected there. So if I take the pawn, he could play queen to b2, pinning this bishop. It's a little bit uncomfortable. If I move the bishop first, and let him win a pawn here, I can always play rook to b1 to get the pawn back, it looks like. Okay, he paused to defend his knight. Okay, so let's continue routing my knight back into the game. See, I don't think he has any great discoveries with his knight. And see where he wants to put the queen. And it's funny, the queen has no square that defends the b pawn. And the bishop is loose after I take on b7. He could go to a3 here, defending his bishop that way. Or he could come in here. That is defended and my queen isn't, so let's trade. And I'll take here, hitting his bishop. Yep, so his bishop goes there. Now I was thinking I want to get my bishop into the game, so bishop to h3 is not possible. Not possible. Sorry. It's not possible because I need to defend the the pawn on f3. Okay, I will kick his bishop. This makes my bishop kind of a sorry piece. But let's advance on the king side. Maybe I can slowly move my king up and bring this bishop back along this diagonal, I guess. If he kicks it with h3. Yep. I guess that's the only move. But I still want to find some useful purpose for this light squared bishop. Now this is interesting. He kind of blocked in his rook here. So bishop a3. I was thinking about that move anyway, just because it didn't make sense to leave the bishop on c1, so bringing it out on this diagonal is pretty logical. There's some targets here. So isn't that just giving up a piece? Okay, he gave up a piece, but he defended the pawn, and he didn't lose the exchange. I think it was better to give up the exchange than the piece. So my idea was to activate the bishop on this diagonal. I can push on with g5, play bishop to... I didn't see that. That's annoying. That is something I should pay attention to. I still want to play g5 anyway, because I need to get this bishop out. And I have an extra piece, so I can give up a couple of pawns, but clearly this was not the best play. So here, harassing the rook. And then when the rook moves, at least I can grab a pawn. Get one of my pawns back. And my knight is defended. He can pin the knight and maybe try and gang up on it, but nothing immediate is going to kill it. And maybe he's bringing his rook this way. That's not a bad idea. But my bishop can come in to defend my knight as well. So taking here is it's defended that. Bishop has this square, I guess, to go to. So what's the right way to wrap this up? It's funny, wherever the king goes, the knight is still pinned. That's kind of a semi-permanent pin on the knight. Okay, I'm bringing my rook here to threaten to take this pawn. But actually, if he plays rook to a2, then I'm going to have to bring my bishop in to defend the knight. So I won't be able to take the pawn if he does that. Rook a2, bishop to g3, defending the knight, and I'm still holding on. Maybe I can start pushing these pawns in. Maybe even start to generate some threats on his king. Ah, so he goes for the immediate exchange. This is making my job easier, I imagine. As long as there's no trick with his bishop here against my king. Looks like I'm defending everything. Oh, that's his idea. He can come over here and check me quite a lot of checks. So I need to make an escape square. And if I go here, that is very interesting. He can place his bishop there. Let's see, if I move my king forward to start with, then any check from behind can be blocked by my rook. So what's he going to do? It's going to go there. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this pawn. Okay, I'm not sure what he's doing with that rook. Maybe he's going after one of my pawns here. What should I be doing? I was thinking, well, that gives a little more scope to his bishop. Let's check. Drive his king into the corner. And then let's bring my king away from some of these checks over here on the side. Bishop to f5 might be an idea, and force an exchange of this bishop. That's one piece that's kind of annoying me in this position.
Check.
I don't think he's going to be able to wiggle out of this one. Maybe. Okay, so bishop here leaves my pawns kind of messed up, but it gets rid of that annoying piece. So you know what? I made a mistake here. I was thinking check, I block with the bishop, but he has check, block with the rook rather, and then take and take. And then he can grab this bishop, but I also had to move king king d2 attacking his rook if he checked me, so I wasn't going to lose because of that. Okay, let's block out his rook.
Check.
Yeah, I guess I'll step back. If I couldn't block because he could try and win my bishop. Okay, maybe I push the passed pawn home. Maybe that's my simplest and most direct plan. This other rook is not participating. Okay, it's trying to get back into the game here. Let's push forward. Oh, he's going to push his pawn forward. Not a bad idea. Okay. I can stop it at the second rank. He's attacking my bishop. Yeah, okay, I have to defend it because it's pinned and I can't move it. Okay. let's see. I need to defend the bishop now so that I can take the pawn if it moves forward. I guess. I think that's the move. I wasn't too worried about that one because my rook gets back in time to stop his rook, or his pawn from queening. And this might take a little maneuvering, but I can round up that pawn. Okay, I'm going to play the endgame, I guess. Oh, he's keeping the rook on. Well, if you're going to play this endgame, you want to keep the rook on. That's true. Let's grab another pawn. And let's defend my pawns. No need to give them away. Okay. So let's... what do I want to do? Let's bring the rook around here. I'll drive his king back.
Check.
Bring my king forward.
Check.
Block with the pawn. I can bring my pawns up and set up some mating threats against his king too.
Check. Check.
Oh, very clever. But still losing. When you have an extra piece, it's hard not to win this endgame. Let's see, we'll put the bishop here. It'll be useful there in the long run. On this diagonal where it's controlling the square in front of the pawn. Now I can force his king away. Let's see, is he going to attack my bishop? Yes, he is. Okay. This guy believes in playing out to the bitter end. Not that it would be too hard to mate with just the queen, but why give up the bishop? Why give it up? Let's see. So what's the best way to play this? Okay, yeah, these pieces are a bit of an impediment sometimes. So probably I want to get on the light squared diagonal.
Check. Check.
Okay, now he has two squares he can go to, this one and this one, so I just have to be careful not to take those squares away. And where's the checkmating pattern here? I'm being very slow here. Let's see. He still has these two squares to go to, right? So check here. He goes to the corner. Check here. Where is he going? He goes to a light square. Check here is mate, so he goes to that square. Well, what if he's in a funny corner, huh? Okay, I'll figure out how to mate him at some point. Check, I can drive him to that corner. terrible. Oh, man.
Checkmate.
Okay, well, I hope that wasn't too embarrassing. I will upload this and do a post-mortem. See you guys
Incoming
later.
challenge.
Bye.